want to talk about Rick Murrell, the man behind Tropical Shipping, who has served this company for 56 years. And the Rick that most people don't see or realize is the man who cares so much about each and every employee of Tropical. Well, what do I mean by that? There's times when Tropical wasn't financially where we should be, and we needed to make improvements, but his worry was all, how do we make sure we take care of our employees so they can take care of their families, meaning they can pay their mortgage, they can help their kids to get through school, and continue on this generational legacy that's been built. So that's the real Rick Murrell, who loves and cherishes this company, but most of all, he loved and cherished the people of Tropical Shipping.
Hi, I'm Angela Duncan, Organizational Support Training Specialist. I met Rick Murrell 38 years ago in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, where I started with Tropical Shipping, in Shantytown as we affectionately called it. Rick has always been a people person. He would come up to you and ask you how your family's doing, and if he knew them by name, he would call them by name. I remember his fishing trips with Neil and Larry, and even with my husband, where they went out on the boat with him. What I will miss the most about Rick is him walking around during the holidays and wishing everyone a safe and happy holiday. He is truly in our hearts forever, and we will miss him. God bless Rick, and enjoy your retirement.
I'm Bill Gerard, CFO of Tropical Shipping. Rick, my most sincere gratitude for your decades of service building Tropical into the outstanding organization it is today. Thank you so much, and best wishes to you, Lisette, and family.
Hi Rick, I'm Brenda Francis. The first time I met you was when I was working in the Senkway office. I will never forget how you touched my heart by bringing us together in a circle and asking us about ourselves and our families. That moment showed me the kind of caring leader you are. What I've admired most is the way you would take the time to go to each cubicle, thank us for a job well done, and ask us about our families, especially during the holidays. That meant so much. You have always been a loving, caring, and inspiring leader. Now my son and daughter are also working here, and together we just want to say
thank you and wish you a very happy retirement.
May God continue to bless you. Thank you.
My name is Carl Simmons, Turks and Caicos. The Turks and Caicos team salutes and celebrates the leadership of Mr. Rick Murrell. He is a visionary for hurricane preparedness within the Caribbean and an advocate for protecting the environment while enforcing safety guidelines. His drive, determination, and passion gave birth to a seamless ocean freight service to our Caribbean region. In 1995, Rick formalized an agreement with Cargo Express Services and extended a sizable loan to the agency to prepare for a weekly service. On April 1st, 1996, the service began with 7 TEUs, and today we are so proud to be one of the leading trades within the Tropical family. For this, we offer deep gratitude and respect. Team Turks and Caicos wish you all the best, peace and love. Thank you.
My name is Cedric McIntyre, Island Manager of Tropical Shipping for St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the last 19 years. One aspect of Rick, out of the many, was his vision and creation of our disaster management workshops. These workshops embody a true commitment to island life and the communities that we serve. Rick would say that after this disaster, it was only when doors reopen and people return to work can revenue be generated to keep the economy flowing, a key element to maintaining lives and livelihood.
I think it was John Quincy Adams who once said, if your actions can inspire one to do more, dream more, become more, learn more, something of the sort, then your actions does qualify you to be a great leader. And in the case of Rick Murrell, my own recollection of the person he was from the first time we met to today says to me that Rick Murrell is a one-of-a-kind individual whose legacy will be remembered for years to come. Rick, you have, in fact, inspired me to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. And Grenada is now no more what it was when you first started. Thanks to your inspiration and good leadership, you were, in fact, a great leader. God bless.
Hi, Rick. It's Claude Clevenger. I just want to say happy retirement and thank you for all that you have done for Tropical Shipping over the years. I am very appreciative of everything that you've taught me over the years. You've taught me many, many things. Put in the hard work, do what's right, serve the customer, and you will be rewarded. And I thank you so, so much for everything that you have done to keep Tropical Shipping alive and well. We will always remember you, and I thank you for everything. Happy retirement.
Thank you, Rick, for all your many years of contribution to Tropical Shipping. We want to take this opportunity not only to say thank you, but a big thank you. You've been amazing. You've invested in each and every one of us. I remember coming into Tropical and it was the year close to Y2K. And you asked me, what is your name? I said, Kenya. So who is the fastest runner in Kenya, you asked? I'm like, I really do not know. You told me you need to find out because I'm from Kenya, Africa. And you left that mark on me until this day.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gia Hooker. I've been in Human Resources, Information Services, and Payroll with Tropical Shipping for the last 37 years. Rick Murrell's genuine interest in all Tropical employees, knowing our names and what we do, has made us feel like extended family. Rick has stated that Tropical's employees are the company's biggest asset, and that has made us feel like we are what makes Tropical great. Thanks for everything, Rick.
Hi, my name is Denise Nadeau, and I retired from Tropical Shipping in 2018 after 32 plus years of service. The last 20 of those years was supporting Rick Murrell as his executive assistant. Rick has always been a forward, out-of-the-box thinker with a vision that helped grow Tropical to what it is today. I think that several things make him stand out, but one of the most important is the disaster recovery, which is one of his most important that really took Tropical to a new level, not only to benefit our customers, but our employees as well. With the relationship that Rick and the team built during the disaster management workshops, Tropical Shipping usually was the first private company to land an airplane on island after a disaster bringing supplies, while working with government and customs to ensure that the cargo delivery and the clearing process would be expedited so they could start on their recovery process. In Florida, after a hurricane, which I believe was Wilma, there was no powers throughout the county, which left the gas station, the grocery stores, and the schools closed. Tropical Shipping, under Rick's leadership, opened up daycare in our conference room for our employees' children. We provided fuel, ice, and we fed 200 people for a week with hot lunches catered from different counties, which ensured that they would come to work and start the recovery process so we could keep going with our business. Following that, Rick was instrumental in changing the Florida law to ensure that larger gas stations would be equipped with a generator that would keep fueling the residents after a hurricane or a disaster. All I can say is working for Rick for 20 years was never boring. He had an open door policy with customers, employees, listened to suggestions and issues, and he was a mentor to a lot of people. I hope his legacy, specifically the disaster management recovery.
Hi, my name's Doug Cowper. I'm the VP of Ops and the Bahamas Trade, and I'd like to share two quick stories on the impact that Rick has had on Tropical Shipping and myself. The first is a personal story, my first BSR, and Rick was attending. I asked my boss at the time, Mike Mora, if he could provide me some do's and don'ts. He said, Doug, do talk about what you know and don't talk about what you don't know. And that gave me a very, very good life lesson. And that was, it was okay to say you didn't know, with the commitment that you would get back to the person with answers and or a solution. The second is a story from Richard Farrington. And Richard was the Bahamas trade manager for 30 years and a very close friend of Rick's. So they're out fishing one weekend in the Exuma Sound, and big school of fish are surrounding the boat. Rick gets to the stern, casts his rod, catches one, tells Richard to move forward on the boat. Richard puts the power down, the boat goes forward. Rick goes back into the school of fish where they're surrounded by sharks as well. Richard turns the boat round. As he's coming towards Rick, he says, "Boss, now would be a good time to talk about my pay rise." And I laughed. I said, "How did you get away with that?" He said, "Rick always taught me to negotiate from a position of strength." So I hope you enjoy the stories. Take care, Rick.
I have so many fond memories of Rick, and definitely a number of experiences I think back on over the years. And you know, whether it was fishing in the Bahamas or having Rick come up and visit here in Canada and having him at my cottage. There's so many wonderful times and experiences I've had with Rick. So appreciate him wholly. I think that probably the thing that I look back on most is when he returned after coming out of somewhat retirement and really taking over Tropical again and making it great again and what it always was. So that's what I really appreciated from Rick. He's like family, and wish him all the best in whatever endeavor he has on his plate next. So Rick, all the best. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Heather Mannon. I'm an IT project leader here at Tropical Shipping. Prior to this role, and one of my fondest memories is supporting Rick Murrell, who was our CEO president at the time. One of the best memories that I have of Rick is that he's always remembered the names of 1,200 people that worked here at Tropical. Didn't matter what port he went to or who walked in the door, he always knew their name and who they were, and there was always a warm hug or a handshake for them. Rick has always been in my ballpark and has always helped me through some of the toughest times that I've had to have at Tropical. I can't thank him enough for being there.
My name is Jeff, and I worked with Rick for 25 years. When I think about one aspect of Rick's time at Tropical, the one word that comes to my mind is passion. Rick was passionate about our customers, about our team, and about our ships. He knew that if those three areas were treated fairly, that the business would take care of itself. And it did. For more than 62 years now, Tropical has been the leader in the Caribbean. And most of that time was under Rick's leadership. So congratulations, Rick. Thank you for all you did for Tropical, and I want to thank you for all you did for me personally. Thanks, Rick. Best of luck.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Baez. I'm Regional Manager for Tropical Shipping in the Dominican Republic and Global Trades. And I always remember Rick when I first met him as an island manager, and he came to visit customers with all that energy. And I remember that we went to one of our top customers, and he do a tour in the entire installation of the customer, and the customer was surprised to see a president of a company just wear safety shoes, vest, and do the tour with us. So I always will remember him for that.
First time I really paid attention to Tropical was Hurricane Hugo, 1989, had ripped in through the island of St. Croix. It was a Cat 5, and so the island was destroyed. In fact, St. Croix looks like, and the best description folks had was that Hiroshima occurred. But there was this guy, his name was Rick, and I heard him on the radio. This was when we first started getting back some level of power. And I heard this guy saying, "What is happening? This is America. This is the United States Virgin Islands." I was like, who is that person? I get to know him. Now, that's when I first realized there was something about this company, and I needed to know who they were.
I'm Julie Bullard, Director of Vessel Planning and Operations Control Center. Most of my inspiration at Tropical comes from Rick Murrell. has the most remarkable character and traits of a leader that I aspire to be like. I came to Tropical in 1986 as a 17-year-old looking for a job. Never expected to find a career here almost 40 years later. I recall going to an off-site class where they were discussing the CEOs at other companies, who are people who just make decisions and you never see. When I shared that our CEO is somebody who's visible and the most down-to-earth person you could ever meet or follow, and that he actually comes around on holidays, shakes your hand, spends time in your department, knows everybody by name, everyone was like, where do you work? And I've been proud ever since to say Tropical Shipping. Rick Murrell walks the walk when it comes to our shared values and is truly a one-of-a-kind leader.
Hi, my name is Carla Yan, and I'm the Island Manager for Tropical Shipping in St. Croix. Rick Murrell. What comes to mind when I think about Rick Murrell? Rick Murrell first said to me during my orientation when I started with the company in 2004, do not hire anyone that you would not invite to dinner at your home. So guess what? Every time I sit down to do an interview, that's the first thing I think of. Do not hire anyone that you would not invite to dinner at your home. Thank you, Rick. Thank you for everything.
Good morning, Mr. Murrell. This is Kayla from Tropical St. Martin. I also wanted to say a little something about you. I know we did not work that close, but the time that you visited St. Martin, I saw how a leader you was. Also, the time that you called me and told me, a relationship, it goes a long way. I took that at heart and I apply it to my personal life and my professional life, and it worked wonders. So I just wanted to thank you for everything, and have a great day.
Hi, Rick. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing organization, an essential part of it, for building the culture that we live and strive for making us a better person each day, for inspiring us to be to serve our customers the way we do with passion and commitment, and to serve our region the way we do. You provided opportunities for a lot of people, including myself, believing in a Latina woman, and I will never forget that. Thank you for your trust, for believing in me, and for everything you have done for this organization. Our commitment is to continue this legacy for the years to come, and we will not let you down.
Hello, my name is Mark Chapman. I was hired into Tropical as a Human Resources Director, but spent the majority of my career as the Vice President of Business Operations, reporting directly to Rick Murrell. I was hired in 1988, shortly after Tropical had been acquired by Nicor, but essentially Tropical was a small, family-run business environment. I will remember a lot of things about Rick Murrell, but I think the thing that stands out the most to me is the incredible foresight, passion, and fortitude he had to take in this small family-run business and building an organizational foundation and a highly engaged workforce around it. Tropical Shipping would not be the best shipping company in the world had it not been for the Rick Murrell pixie dust. Thank you, Rick.
Hi, Renee Labrinad, and I've known Rick since July of 1983 when Rick set up service to St. Lucia. And in fact, he and his lovely wife Lisette will tell the story of coming down to the island and sitting in the Cunard Hotel and calling prospective customers to see if they were interested in a new service, and thank goodness that they did. As far as one memory or experience that stands out that depicts Rick's impact on the community, there are just so many to choose from, but two of them kind of come to mind right away, and that was the establishment of Caribbean Free Stay, which was a brilliant program that Rick thought of to unite the hotel sector and the cruise ship sectors and bring them together with a common goal. And it was very exciting to be part of that endeavor. Again, we had a big meeting at Sandals a Talk, and Rick came in, and we really had, I remember, such an interesting discussion with the two sectors, and it was really exciting to launch that. And I think that was an impact on the community. The other is when I shortly moved back to St. Lucia in 1993, I think it was, and Rick wanted to set up a meeting with all of the private and government stakeholders to establish Tropical as a key partner in disaster preparedness. And again, that was a very large and successful meeting that was well attended, and it launched Tropical Shipping as being part of the community whenever there was a disaster coming, and led to just all of the wonderful things that Tropical Shipping had done with disaster preparedness. I even remember getting a call from the main supermarket on a Saturday saying, do you think that we should shut down yet? I mean, what does Rick think? Does West Palm Beach think that the storm is coming? So again, Rick just left an indelible mark. All my time, my tenure with the company, which is 42 years now. And we're very, very grateful for his leadership, his guidance, his brilliance, his vision that really took Tropical beyond a shipping company.
Hi, I'm Ryan Mahis, and I'm the Tropical Shipping Island Manager for Trinidad and Tobago. Rick Murrell was truly an amazing leader and very influential on the company culture you see today. We are a team that boasts of long-tenured employees, and it's no secret how proud we are of our role in our island supply chain. My first memory of Rick dates all the way back to my first visit to Palm Beach. His genuine effort to connect with junior staff was something I had never experienced before. I was totally sold. Thank you, Rick, for your influence on my career and our great organization as a whole. Thank you, Rick.
Hi, I am Tamara Lowe James. I am the Island Manager of Tropical Shipping in Antigua and Barbuda. I started with Tropical Shipping in 2007, and early on I had the opportunity of meeting the Mr. Rick Murrell. That has changed my life. 18 years moving forward, and I still remember the smile that Rick would bring to our staff's faces. They would have spoken about their interaction with him. He would bring up jokes from years before. He would ask them about their families. He knew the names of their families. He knew what their loves were like, what they enjoyed doing. And that has stayed with me, that people are a priority. And I think Rick has the gift of making people feel seen and making them feel heard, making them feel relevant and important. And that, I think, is a superpower. I think Rick is a great leader, and I am privileged to have had the opportunity of learning from him, of having access to him, and even calling him a friend.
Hi everyone, Tim DiPietropolo here, the President and COO at OSG Ship Management. I had the honor of working alongside Rick Murrell for more than 25 years as my mentor and a champion for my professional development. What stands out most is Rick's relentless focus on the customer and the communities Tropical serves. I remember walking into a business review where Rick paused the entire agenda to address a single customer concern. He knew their name, their business, the family, and their expectations. It wasn't just business to Rick, it was personal. Rick made sure Tropical didn't just deliver cargo, we delivered trust, reliability, and commitment. His legacy lives on in every shipment that arrives on time and every relationship built on respect. Tropical Shipping and all of us are better because of him. Thank you, Rick.
Van Kent, Vice President, Tropical Shipping. Whenever I think of Rick Murrell and the impact that he has had on Tropical Shipping and the communities that we serve, I always think of the attribute of love of people. Rick truly loves people. For over 20 years that I've been with Tropical Shipping, I've seen Rick's actions and I've heard his word, helping people, lifting people up, promoting people to succeed. He truly loves people. In fact, I give Rick all the credit in the world for developing our culture at Tropical Shipping of one of which prioritizes people, not just internally, but again, people external from the company. And Rick, I salute you, I celebrate you, and thank you for everything you've done for Tropical Shipping and all the islands that we serve.
Hi, Rick. I never thought this day would come. But once Tropical, always Tropical. So I know I'll see you many, many times in the future. I just want to thank you for the impact you've had on my life by welcoming me into the Tropical family 24 years ago, and all the things you've taught me about relationship-based selling and taking care of my colleagues and my team. You've been an inspiration to me since day one, and I'm very proud to be part of this team and this company that you have built. and we will take the baton from you and run with it. You've given us such a powerful start, and we will make you proud, Rick, and we wish you all the very best. Thanks for everything, Rick. God bless.